All right, folks, the Republican Party is getting ready to pick off a Senate seat in Arizona. So we've got Republican candidate Blake Masters and former COO of Teal Capital. Blake Masters, welcome to the show. Just, Blake, you know, you probably may have heard the discussion with Claudia Tenney. She's a very, very smart woman. What's your instinctive take? I mean, you have libertarian instincts. This IRS story and this FBI story must be driving you crazy. And I'm going to guess that the voters of Arizona are just as upset about the FBI attack on Trump as the rest of us.
Well, you're sure right about that, Larry. And you know what the Democrats want to do? Yeah, they want to create their own federal militia. They want to weaponize the bureaucracy. They want partisan bureaucrats to selectively enforce the law to go after their political opponents. I wish that weren't true, but like that is so obviously what is happening here. You know, and Larry, you know economic policy better than anyone. You know that raising taxes on hardworking Americans in the middle of a recession, that's bad enough. But then to sick 87,000 new IRS agents on people who are just trying to make ends meet, many of these agents are apparently going to be armed. Like, this is really crazy. And I'll tell you, Arizonans that I speak with, they are furious. They're angry at Senator Mark Kelly for supporting this. Mark Kelly doesn't want to hire any more Border Patrol. He doesn't want to give resources to our Border Patrol. He doesn't want to support those guys, but he wants to hire 90,000 new federal tax collectors. It shows you what the Democrats' priorities are.
By the way, Blake, on that point, they will undoubtedly sign up to the union, the National Treasury Employees Union, which is a very far-left union. They endorsed all of the Democratic planks, including this silly inflation reduction bill, which it is not an inflation reduction bill. I mean, what is it? The numbers here, almost 100% of its funding go to Democratic politicians. Wait, $597,000 of their PAC went to Democrats and $18,000 went to Republicans. So here's the Congress, the Democratic Congress, bringing on 87,000 new agents, which will pad the pockets of the union that helps the Democrats get reelected. You know, I don't know. Somehow in the 19th century, this wouldn't have gone down very well. How about the 21st century? I mean, I would think Arizonans are as unhappy as anybody.
Oh, Arizonans are just, they're so upset. You know, and it's why we're going to have a very clear referendum on the Democrats and their failed policies here in November. You know, Arizonans don't want 2 more years of Joe Biden's policies and 2 more years of Senator Mark Kelly, who's just willing to sign off on anything that Joe Biden wants. Like, Larry, I knew this administration was going to be bad. I knew Mark Kelly was going to be bad. But I'll be honest and say I'm shocked at how quickly they've delivered all this chaos and destruction. They've given us a border crisis, an inflation crisis, a supply chain crisis, right? In my hometown of Tucson, homicides up 87%. Since 2019, crime is skyrocketing. It's like, who looks around at this and says, yeah, more of this, please, right? So Arizona wants a senator who's going to be a check on Joe Biden and the Democrats, and that's me. That's sure as heck not Mark Kelly.
Yeah, so just last one, 30 seconds. Let me get this right. Kelly is against new border agents, but he's in favor of IRS agents. Is that true? And does that tell the tale?
That is literally true. He had to block the hiring of 20,000 new Border Patrol agents. That was one of the amendments in this Inflation Reduction Act, Votorama. And instead he voted no for that, but yes for 87,000 new tax collectors. This is just crazy.
Yeah, matter priorities, all wrong. Blake Masters, thank you. We will see you at least once more before the election. Good luck on the campaign trail.